Hey, it's MK, and I am back with another May I Scraplift You, and today I am scraplifting Miranda Weber. I absolutely fell in love with this layout, and I thought I had all the papers. So when I pulled out my supplies, I was like, I don't have anything. So I'm still at the retreat. I'm borrowing a punch from Janet. I have my jet black from Altenew. It's an ink spray. I have this acetate weird plasticky butterfly. I think it's a Maggie Holmes. And then I pulled out a couple other die cut butterflies from my stash. I already went ahead and pre-cut out my teal or aqua papers using this die set right here. I've got 3 photos, but I'm only going to use 2. The paper came from this 6x6 pack, and it was a ombre pack. It also had polka dots, you guys, but it was from Stampin' Up. I have the, I don't even know what the collection is called. I apologize, but it is from close to my heart. I think it's Live in Full Bloom. I honestly think that that is what the collection is called. I have a black piece of cardstock because that's what I put in my kit. And then I had to go through my entire stash to find some sort of ledger paper that looked like Miranda's. And when I looked at it, she actually used mixed in papers by Close to My Heart, which I did not have. So this is a mixed in paper from a couple of years ago. I didn't pull it in real close, so I can't really remember. This was also in my stash, and I pulled this one real close because I knew I wasn't going to be able to remember. And I have to watch the camera. But it's just a black notebook paper from Doris. And then this is also a mixed in paper by Close to My Heart. Now, what I mean by mixed in is the fact that they have their paper collections. Then they have an add-on paper collection. And I held this one up. Why didn't I hold the other one up? I don't know. And then I have Bo Bunny, the double dot paper, which is this beautiful chevron on one side and polka dot on the other side. That's going to be my black background border like Miranda used. But what I mean by a mixed in paper from Close to My Heart is they have a paper collection, and then along with the paper collection, they have another pattern paper set, but it's only one of each paper. So it's a very small little set, but it is meant to stretch your paper pack a little bit farther. And every paper in that section or in that mix-in, it coordinates with every single collection that came out within that catalog. So I hope that makes sense, but it is a pretty cool paper pack to get a hold of because they're all very versatile like this striped paper here. So I chose with this striped paper because the first one that I picked out was a little bit too teal for the feel that I was going for. And then the other one was a little bit it was too white, I guess is what I'm trying to say. All right, so in Miranda's layout, she kind of has this diamond-shaped, I don't know what they're called, splatters going on. So that way she can put all of her little squares in a diamond, and she's got splatters at each tip of the diamond. So I tried to do that as well. Well, then first photo that I wanted to use, I messed up cutting it. So I left this in here so I could show you guys how I messed up. And what it was is that I'm just cutting my photo into a square, not a diamond. Don't even realize it, don't even think about it until I go to put it on my square. And I thought, oh, that does not work at all. Good thing I have an extra photo. Seriously, this was not planned. And of course, the one photo that I go to start cutting up was one of the ones that I wanted to use, but I settled with the one that I didn't, and I figured when I get home, I will reprint the one that I actually wanted to use and put that on my layout. Okay, so I went ahead and I traced out the diagonal. Now, what I was doing was I was holding it up to the light because clearly the sun is shining bright today. Well, it shines bright every day, and I was trying to avoid it in my videos, but there are points where I can't avoid it. But I held it up to the light to see where I wanted the photo to be cropped down to, and then I just traced it. All right, then I took my butterfly, and before it was pink, I went and I sprayed it black, and then for the background, I just took broken china, and inked the center of it so that way when the butterfly goes in, it's kind of ombreed out to white wings, and it matches that acetate weird butterfly that I have. I'm also going to put my ombre pieces to where the white is going into the center of the layout, so that way more of the color is on the outside. And when it is filled in with the photos and all the embellishments and stuff, you really won't, they'll look like a solid rather than an ombre. So it's kind of what I was going for. Okay, putting my photos in. It is just my daughter trying to learn to ride her bike without training wheels. Now, I did not know this, but the training wheels only come on certain bikes. And my youngest daughter and my oldest son have always been one of those where I can't get it right the first time, so I'm just going to stop, right? And it's not that they don't want to continue to try or don't want to get better. It's just that they get frustrated at themselves and they just give up too soon. Well, for some reason, this summer, which is 2020, we had nothing better to do. They decided to learn to really ride their bikes. And the thing is that my son, they didn't have training wheels big enough for, his, I think it's 16-inch bike at the time. And so maybe it was bigger. Maybe it was a 20-inch. Anyways, can't remember. Too small for him now. He's all moved up to a 26-inch bike, and he rides it like a pro, just to let you guys know. But yeah, they don't make training wheels for the bigger bikes. And so my poor daughter, being super tall, thanks to her dad, was struggling with trying to figure out how to stay balanced on this tiny little bike of hers. And it's, of course, a cute little frozen bike, and she loves it and all that good jazz. And she just really didn't want to admit that she was growing out of it. So anyways, I have to laugh at myself because these butterflies were put together, these acetate butterflies, they were put together, but they had film still on the acetate. So when I pulled it apart, it came apart super easy. And I was like, well, thank goodness I didn't put this in my album, because the top layer would have fallen off even though they were pre-stuck together. Anyways, back to riding a bike. So anyways, she did not want to admit that she was too tall, but her knees kept hitting the handlebars. And finally, one of her brothers was like, you know what, sis, take my bike, which, like I said, at the time, they were the smaller bikes, which is the one she should have been in to begin with. If she could have learned to ride without training wheels back in the day. So it scared her a little bit to be up that high and all that stuff. But because the bike fit her better, she took to it like a duck on water. I mean, she didn't even know she wasn't using training wheels, in all honesty. Her legs were stronger. She was bigger. She just took off. And it scared her to know that she was a pro, I should say, right off the bat, because it was like, oh, wait, I'm moving. And so, of course, she instantly, instead of hitting the brakes, puts her feet down and stops the bike like that, because it scared her that she was actually moving the bike and it was going without toppling over like she was struggling with this microscopic bike. So anyways, I just wanted to share this layout and put, a really pretty, mood and vibe to it, because she falls in love with all her things so fast that she has a hard time, like her dad, letting it go as she grows up. It is the moral of the story. And so I kind of wanted to, portray that in this gorgeous layout of Miranda's. I cannot help it, you guys. This layout was so stunning. I saw it and I was like, Miranda, I gotta have one of my own. And I was so excited because I had all these papers. No, I didn't. I didn't have any of the papers she used. So I'm just laughing at myself, because it's like, really? Why did I not do more research about this? But I made it work. I love the layout that I made. I'm super happy that I didn't, that I was able to make it from things non-close to my heart and mixing close to my heart stuff. Normally, I would struggle with mixing close to my heart stuff in. I don't know why, but I do. I struggle taking close to my heart stuff and mixing it with other collections. But I was able to do that this time. Yay! So anyways, finishing up this layout, And I went ahead and I took some elements off the sticker sheet. I had to fussy cut around them because the sticker sheet always leaves a too big of a white border around there for me. This title worked out beautifully. I didn't have to fussy cut that. But as far as like the flowers and the I think it's a stem of some sort. Yeah, it was just too much of a white space. And so I decided to just fussy cut around them. I used teeny tiny little hearts just as like my sequins. And then I took some black, I believe they were stickers. I want to say that they were black little heart stickers. And I scattered them around the layout too, like sequins as well. And then for some weird reason, the sticker sheet had this teeny tiny itty bitty little black one, just one. So I thought I'd add that too, because when on earth am I going to use a black heart other than I did here? So that is my layout. That is my lift from Miranda. And, the challenge of thinking I had exactly the same stuff as she did, finding out that I did not. But I am super happy with how it looks. I am glad that I found out that these little acetate butterflies had that film on the back, because I seriously would have been disappointed had I not known that and put it in a book and it fell off. Yes, seriously. Anyways, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Be sure to check out everyone else that is playing along with May I Scraplift You, and I will check y'all tomorrow. Bye.